Hello, Jamie back with Inky and Scrappy and a science experiment anxiety using Fawn Peekaboo pop-up and the Sassy Club's Little Genius mixed in with some ink road stamps sentiments. I love how this one turned out. So I saw this stamp set and I had to get it because my crafty friend is in love with Beaker and I've always liked the Muppets, so, you know, it had to happen. And, of course, when I saw it, I knew exactly what I wanted to do. So I missed recording the start of this one, which I just kind of masked off Beaker and the Beaker and Bunsen that are on that main bigger image on the bottom. So I just kind of played around with, you know, covering it. I just took a piece of paper and kind of cut exactly what I needed to on the back side of this one because it didn't work out the first time, let's be honest. And then I just kind of used that as my guide to kind of cut a mask for just to get them off of that main bigger image so I could put them behind it. That was my, you know, that's where I was going with it anyways. And then of course I needed an explosion, so of course I brought in unicorn farts from ink road stamps because of course it looked like a, you know, explosion, so it worked, right? I did do a color chart for this one, so I looked up Beaker and Bunsen and kind of color matched with what I, you know, saw. So of course there's red, fiery hair, and then all of the other colors as well. This color chart will be on my blog at InkyandScrappy.com. Use that little page tab either from the drop down menu or on the right hand side if you're on the web page, like the web version, and it'll be under the Ohuhu color blends page and you'll find it there. So for this one I, you know, sped up the coloring quite a bit. I didn't get all of it on camera and I didn't realize it quit recording, so we get most of it. You know, half an hour on my camera is the limit and it doesn't always beep. And so therefore, I miss when it stops recording if I'm not paying attention. And I was not paying attention. So this was the first time I'd colored Beaker on this one. I have colored him a few times since. Very similar. I maybe did a little bit more red on some of them. But ultimately, just kind of going from that red to the orange. On my color chart, I probably added in a couple more colors that I, you know, because I use that color chart for mixing colors always, like, so sometimes I might have 5 on there or 4 colors on there. That doesn't mean I'm going to use all of them every time I use that blend. You will see my Beakers on this one down below use probably like 2 or 3 of the reds, and then I think I might have done orange on this one, I'm not positive, and then I will use just kind of those oranger tones towards the latter parts, the lighter ones. This way I get a little bit more mileage out of my color chart. I hope that makes sense. So I can use the darker tones or I can use the lighter tones, and I don't always use all of my colors. I hope you get where I'm going with that one. So for the little genius here, he doesn't really ever show his eyeballs as far as I can tell. At least I don't remember him ever showing them. Maybe they're just, I don't know. Anyways, so I kind of did the darker shade in the little crescents for his little closed eyelids there. He probably is, like, you know, when he smiles and his eyes slit closed, that's what mine do, so it's probably the same thing, right? So I just kind of went in with the darker color, added those, and then of course just kind of did the coloring on that one, coming in with the lighter green tones in that one for the explosion. And then of course, because I did the lighter green tones in that explosion, I needed to kind of add in some green on to the other one here. So I'm bringing in a lighter green tone, and then I will bring in some dots as well to kind of do a color change on that one. I didn't bring the orange on this one. I've colored some more, so I must have done some orange tones on some of my other ones. Anyways. So for Beaker's lab coat, it's kind of a green tone, so I use the lightest one there, that G193 or G030, depending upon which marker style you're using from Ohuhu. I liked the way that one looked. I did do some tip to tip to kind of make it even lighter it just needed to be like a really light yellowish green tone there. And I think I missed out on, from here on out, we're pretty much done with the coloring. But I did get a little bit, you know, a little bit more done on that one. I just brought in some cool grays for my stand there. I don't have that on my color chart. So that's, you know, just my general cool grays. Those will all be on my blog if you're interested. And so there is my finished coloring for this one, and then I brought that over to the Brother ScanNCut and had it cut out. Now I did forget to use some white gel pen to cover up the lines that kind of stamp that I didn't want, but whatever. So I brought in Fawn Peekaboo pop-up die, cut that out twice. So I cut it out of this tealy green color that I felt went well with my color combo chart. Now to cut this piece, I needed to make sure that my explosion part was going to fit underneath there. I think Lawn Fawn used to say like 2 3/4 inches or something like that was like what you're supposed to cut it at, or maybe that was your, I don't know. Anyways, I just make sure that my image is going to fit under there. Now keep in mind that image is going to fit under there if you're using, depending upon which one you're using. I did cut out all 3 of them because I never remember, or I don't know which one I want to use. And so therefore I was like, well, do I want this one? Do I want that one? So the first one that I folded would probably put it in the middle. The last one that I folded with just that one fold would have put it way on the other side of the card front. And then of course the one that I used put it like right on the edge closest to where it's going to sit. So I do use some double-sided score tape to adhere down this piece. So of course you do a valley and a mountain fold on both pieces, and then on the opposite side. So one's like flipped upside down, so then you get that top and that bottom piece. And that's kind of how the mechanism works. Now I was going to glue this together. I haven't done this one for forever. And I was like, wait, I can't do that yet. I have to get my, at least my flapper in there, right? So I did have to go and watch it again because I tried and tried and it was not. I'm like, I know the arrow is supposed to point towards the, you know, where my fold is. And so I was struggling. I think I had it flipped upside down or something. And so I did cut out that in the video just because it took me a lot longer than it should have taken me. So you get to see it the right way. So I did do this one. Now I will say that I had to troubleshoot a little bit later on. I should have probably gotten this part of the mechanism all done and finished with my image before I put my other image on the front. I'm very impatient in general, and so yeah, sometimes it causes me more headaches than not. Okay, it almost always causes me more headaches than not, but is that going to change how I do things? Absolutely not. It's kind of how I roll. So once I had this done, I knew kind of where it was going to land, and I was good with it. So I did want to add in my black line here. I probably should have done this. It would have been a lot easier if I'd have done it before I adhered it down to my piece of paper, but you know, this is me. So I added that in. I wanted to add that black line to kind of go with my stamped images. Now I left this in and I sped this up greatly for you. I tried, right? So I usually don't do a whole lot of acetate on this one, but for this one I did, and I didn't cut my acetate long enough. That was my first issue, right? And so I think if I would have cut my acetate long enough the first time, so, you know, here I am, I cut it again, and then because when I don't know what I did, but I glued down my beaker before I should have too, so I'm gluing this one in, which is a little bit bigger piece of acetate. It still wasn't long enough. I was thinking it was going to be long enough. I didn't double check it. Yeah. See, this is where I went wrong, because I knew I needed that piece to be on the edge there. And so that's kind of where my struggles started, or, you know, kind of went from there, right? So I'm putting double-sided adhesive onto the back side of this one, and then I'm going to add that onto my little piece of plastic. Well, that plastic piece, or my acetate piece, wasn't wide enough to get it exactly where I needed to go. So I ended up pulling it back out, recutting a bigger, wider piece, doing that same thing with the double-sided scroll tape, and my little puff there. So I think this one was more just because of where my fold was going to land and where I needed it to be. So technically, I probably should have gone with the middle one on this one, and then the beaker would have been more centered. Yes, you get to see my lovely wet hair because I had to see what I was doing. So once I had that one in there, then I could kind of play a little bit more with where it was going to be. I actually did a jog over towards the bottom on this one just because I didn't want it to catch. Now it's catching on the side because it needs to be up so high, right? So to kind of fix that, I'm going to move it down just a teeny tiny little bit. It still catches a teeny tiny little bit. It worked, but I, had to make sure that it was flat against the back for it to work. So I just brought in my scissors and cut out just above the line. So I'm just cutting off some of that white outline just because it was such a sliver that needed to come down. So I was like, well, you know what? I'm just going to take it and go from there. Now I did do the little pencil line for my brother's scan and cut. Forgot to erase it before I put it on my card, so I did that now. And then, of course, glued that onto that little side flap there. This one's fun. I haven't done the Peekaboo pop-up in a long while. I need to do it again, or more frequently, I should say. This one was way fun to do. So I'm adding beaker in behind here. Keep in mind that, the beaker in front is going to move in front of beaker. So kind of keeping him onto the side. I tried to get him in there so when the card is closed, he looks like he's in the center. That was my main goal. Now to put Bunsen in here, I just lined up his feet with Beaker's feet so he was shorter, but he wasn't totally hidden. I guess I was trying to get him where he was still not going to be totally covered up by the other things, and then making sure that those are glued down very well. Here's where I did a little bit of acetate surgery. So I'm just going to trim it down. This gives it a little bit of that jog over, and I had less, it was catching less on Bunsen and anything else. So, don't be afraid to pull stuff apart and refigure it, because obviously I needed just a little teeny tiny move over, and that's kind of how I got that little move over without having any other issues. I know the middle one probably would have ended up like in the middle of the card. So, and I really didn't want it there because I wanted Beaker to be in the middle. So this way I got the best of both worlds with just that little teeny tiny jog over on this one. So the little beaker, the little test tubes, I just ended up lining them up. I wish there would have had like a rack or something for them to go in, but this worked, I guess, and that's how I went with it. So for this one, I needed some sentiments. I did add the Meep. I guess I added the Meep off camera because, yeah, Jamie might be struggling with time constraints on my filming and not paying attention. For the sentiment on this one, I ended up deciding to go with the Anxious AF Volume 3 from Ink Road Stamps. Ink Road has a few different science sayings in some of their sets. I know there's like the Scientist Susan from the Inked Girls line from the subscription one. There's a couple of other ones that's, kind of have a science vibe to them. But I thought this one was funny. What could possibly go wrong? Anxiety. I'm glad you asked. Because, tongue-in-cheek, the explosion. It was kind of funny. So that's what I went with for my sentiment on this one, and that completes the front of my card. I did put this on an A2 card base and added a sentiment onto the inside as well. This one was so fun to create. I'm so glad that my image in my head worked out on paper. Sometimes it doesn't happen. Go check out the Sassy Club. They have some really fun pop culture stamps. You'll be seeing some more here. Ink Road has a new release coming soon. She's refiguring in the shop, so that'll be fun. Anyways, hope you guys have an amazing day. Bye!